Your collar is beautiful, Rob Black, and we're going to talk with you in a second as we look at the numbers from Wall Street today. Dow Jones Industrial Average down 109 points, down to 10,120. NASDAQ down 35 to 2,187. And it seemed to be two words from Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke sent the markets lower: unusually uncertain about the outlook in the economy.
Let's talk a little bit about this.
Okay.
Bernanke is the king of the bankers. Unusually uncertain means the bankers have no clue where we're going. And that would scare you.
Yes.
Let's say you have $1 million, $2 million, $3 million invested. You're going to be spooked by that statement. So what he probably should have said was prepared to fight, prepared to do whatever we need to stimulate growth in the United States. But that's a scary statement.
And you always talk about jobs, Mark, about the jobs outlook and what's going to happen with jobs in this country, whether or not we can start growing the economy in that regard. Is jobs the most uncertain factor right now in our economic recovery?
In my opinion, there's three things. It's how does China slow down?
Okay.
How does Europe play out their sovereign debt issues and their bank problems? And when do jobs come back in the United States? Those are the three big issues. We should get the answer on Europe in the next couple of days as they do their own bank stress test. But jobs in the United States, very problematic. Okay. And when jobs come back, obviously the economy will do well.
Well, you catch your breath. We're going to talk about some Bay Area companies here. We'll go over
Starbucks,
Yahoo.
good earnings, Yahoo, bad earnings. There's
Yahoo.
So many, yeah.
Now, Yahoo, really, it seemed like it's really they cut costs, it seems to me, but they just weren't able to show any growth. They lost some big advertisers there. That really pounded the stock yesterday.
Again, advertising, display advertising doing well, search advertising doing very poorly. Yahoo's still a company that's still trying to bottom out and find their own level. They say water finds its own level. Yahoo has yet to find its own level and really build the business back again. Carol Bartz is doing a good job with Yahoo, but not a great job. Better investments out there.
And Apple, just every quarter, they seem to just blow away analysts' expectations. A lot of people didn't seem to really know how profitable the iPad was for Apple until this quarterly statement.
And what's actually pretty interesting about it is the iPhone and the iPad had some margin problems. Great revenue upside, but very expensive to make these products. So Apple's quarter would have been a grand slam home run. As it is, it was a good outfield single in a bad day on the stock market. I love Apple shares because they said something in the conference call late in the call, last 45 minutes into it. They said enterprises are looking at our hardware. And I got an email from someone who said, 20 years ago I used to walk down the halls and there was Dell computers here, there was Dell computers there. Now we're starting to turn around and we're seeing iPads here and iMacs there and MacBooks here. So they're starting to penetrate the enterprise, which has been the big negative on Apple. And if they do that, this is a $1,000 stock.
Wow.
$250 today, $1,000 in the next 5 to 7 years.
Wow.
As, hey, corporations spend a lot more money than you and I do. We're cheap. They spend money.
And how do you think they handled the whole antenna gate, as Steve Jobs calls it, problems with the iPhone 4 supposed reception issues?
I've got a Palm Trio 755 and I hate it. I don't know anyone in this day and age who likes cell phones. I think they're an easy target to pick on. I think they had the antenna gate, like you said, very problematic short term to the stock, but long term, every cell phone in the 21st century seems to be, hey Mark, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I can hear you. Yeah, it's horrible.
It's horrible.
So I think their problem is common.
I love my iPhone. I just can't talk on it.
There you go.
All right, we'll be back with Rob and viewer questions coming up a little bit later in the news.